cleaning that. Your soul is mine.
In early 2022, Blood West was released. Being a blend of Stalker, Thief, and Diablo, Blood West was an interesting Weird West shooter in which you played as an undead cowboy, taking out all sorts of eldritch monsters across 3 distinct environments that were essentially small open worlds. Think High Plains Drifter meets H.P. Lovecraft. Blood West put a big emphasis on stealth, with some light RPG elements such as leveling up through experience points, character upgrades, buying and selling items with merchants, as well as main quests and side quests. I had a great time with Blood West, and you can see my review of the game on this channel. Late last year, New Blood Interactive joined up with Hyperstrange, and Blood West got a DLC expansion entitled Dead Man's Promise. This time around, we play as a shaman, but the gameplay remains pretty much the same, just with some new weapons, character upgrades, and enemies. The map for this DLC is a swamp that is much like the second zone from the base game. However, this is an entirely new map, and even though it is pretty compact, there is a lot that was packed into this small open world. Something that is very noteworthy about Dead Man's Promise is its difficulty, especially in the early game. I died a lot within the first couple hours of this DLC, and it seems like the developers were really pushing players even harder into a stealth playstyle, as ammo is limited for a while, you only really have access to melee weapons, and taking enemies head-on is often a death sentence. Even some of the enemies that return from the base game are much tougher this time around. For instance, they might now be a new variant with armor covering their bodies, or they inexplicably can now take 2 headshots at point-blank range with a shotgun before dropping dead. In the base game, it wasn't like this, and this is probably my biggest gripe with this DLC, because I wish they would have, at the very least, come up with a more creative way of buffing enemies. Believe me, when you've got an animated dead coming at you, and you take that shotgun right to their head, it says headshot on the bottom of your screen, but they don't die. Yeah, it's kind of dumb. It can be very frustrating, but at the very least, this initial hump is something that you will eventually overcome, and it makes the growth and power even more satisfying as you progress. This game design also pushes players to utilize more creative weapons as they are found, such as a voodoo doll, or the big knife that you get from the jump, which can be used to remove soul flaws if 3 stealth kills are done. Soul flaws being curses that are put on the player upon death. If you have played the base game, then you'll remember this. And as it was in the base game, these soul flaws can weaken various abilities and player stats, like stealth, health, stamina, things like that. Some of the character upgrades in the light RPG system are really cool in this DLC. For instance, you can gain the ability to regenerate health while in the water, be better at sneaking while in the water, or gain some health back with every kill that you do from the water. And much like in the base game, you can have artifacts equipped that give you buffs as well, and some of these that can be found in the DLC are extremely powerful. Many weapons make a return, such as the revolvers, shotguns, lever-action rifles, and crossbow, all staples of the base game. Once I got my hands on the crossbow, much like in the base game, I got a lot of use out of this. I just really love the crossbow. But some of the new melee weapons and magical staves are fun as well, like a staff that can cause monster infighting. But my favorite weapon of all, I would have to say, are the Hellbear Paws. The Hellbear Paws are insanely powerful, and you can just go on a rampage across the map if you want to with these things.
Is everybody in your family so empty inside? No future for you! Who's next? Forefathers, bear witness.
As for the enemies, there are the returning undead, the cannibals and cultists, as well as the ethereal gunslingers and mutant crocodile things. But there are plenty of even more unique enemy designs that do look somewhat terrifying and are certainly not of this earthly dimension. This time around, you'll even have to keep your eyes to the skies every now and then, as there is a certain enemy type that roosts in treetops, and they can swoop down to attack the unwary shaman. Ultimately, I would recommend Dead Man's Promise to fans of the base game, but just be aware that there is a pretty severe initial difficulty hump. Other than that, it's really just more Blood West with a little extra seasoning, and that's fine by me. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please remember to like and subscribe, and dislike it if you absolutely hated it. As always, enjoy the rest of your day.